Alrighty then, welcome back to my Pauper Flophouse of Fun featured at numotgaming.com. This time I'm playing some Mono Blue Delver. This is very similar to the version I played on my own stream very recently, and it's a modified version of Delver because nearly every deck that you'll see in the 5.0 League collections will all play a bunch of Spire Golems. And I kept finding myself unsatisfied with Spire Golems. Like, they were mostly good in the games where I didn't get to do the preferred game plan of play Delvers and Fairy Miscreants and Ninjas, and it was more the games that got stalled out. So what we have instead is a lower land count, -4 Spire Golems, +4 Phantasmal Bear, and we have like a bunch of Gitaxian probes. So this deck is very streamlined, even more aggressive than regular Mono Blue Delver. And, it's been working out for me so far, so I thought I would show you this version rather than the other version, which is admittedly more stock and has its own advantages and disadvantages, which I'll talk about a bit more in the article. So, yep, we have, 12 1-drops that are, creatures. We have a bunch of 1-mana draw spells and 0-mana draw spells just to increase our odds slightly of making a 1-drop as well. We only have 15 lands, which is really low. All islands, because we're maxing out on dazes. We've got some gushers as well. And we have a few bounce spells to get blockers out the way. We have spell starter sprites to, protect our team and be a threat in its own right, especially when you're combining it with Ninja of the Deep Hours. And your little counter spell quota here. It's all super streamlined, very consistent in how it plays. In the sideboard, I have some gut shots, which I didn't have last time I recorded a deck like this, which are about the best card you can have if your opponent plays Delver in turn 1, since you can gut shot them and then play your own Delver. It's also very important against things like Elves, where you do actually need to tap mana on the first couple of turns to play your Delvers and stuff, and being able to play out your threats while simultaneously destroying a Priest of Titania or Birchlow Rangers is incredibly important. We have like a Curse of Chains for 4/4s. We have like a Coral Net for green and or white creatures. All fairly self-explanatory with like Hydroblasts and Nulls and that sort of thing. Like these hit Affinity and Hexproof decks. And we have the most expensive card in the deck in the sideboard for the attrition matchups, which will never go away. So it's always good to have a Stormbound Geist or two, just to back up your game plan against like Chainer's Edicts and that sort of thing. You don't always get to 3 mana in a game, especially if things are going well for you. But obviously it's more likely that things are going to take a little bit longer if your opponents are trying to kill everything you play, so you can usually afford to Stormbound Geist. And that's it. Let's get going for the league.